Hey, Dr. Brett Scher, low-carb cardiologist here again to talk to you about something that I've talked about before, but maybe from a little bit of a different twist, and that's the concept of being good versus the concept of being perfect. And let's face it, we've got to get this off the plate, off the table right away. None of us are perfect. Whether it's the high keynote speakers you hear talking, whether it's your doctor, or whether it's the famous authors who talk about living healthy and living the right way, none of them are perfect. So the sooner you can get that off the table and realize that nobody else is perfect, then the sooner you realize that you don't have to be perfect either. So whether it's you skip too many days of exercise, or you're eating something you shouldn't have been eating, or you're not prioritizing your sleep for a couple days in a row, realize that it's okay. I mean, you don't want that to continue in perpetuity. You don't want it to continue forever, but it's okay. And the first step is to recognize it and not beat yourself up over it. That's the most important thing, not to beat yourself up over it. Because everybody slips up and everybody has these so-called faults, right? But that's how we learn and that's how we grow. So that's part about being in the growth mindset rather than the fixed mindset, that we can recognize these things, understand them, and move past them. So especially when it comes to nutrition, one thing you have to do is read Robb Wolf's book, Wired to Eat. In that book, it gives you a whole new perspective about how society is gearing up to make you mess up. Society is programmed to make you eat unhealthily. So they have behavioral scientists, biochemists, physiologists, all designing hyper-palatable foods that you just want to eat more and more and more of. And they're playing games like the bag of Doritos where some are spicy and some aren't. So they want you to keep going until you get the spicy ones. They're playing these games with you. Society is geared to make you eat these things and make you mess up. So just by virtue of you eating clean and eating healthy shows you're fighting society and you're battling against all these forces. So it shows what a great job you're doing. So if you occasionally mess up, that's okay. Don't beat yourself up over it. So read Robb Wolf's Wired to Eat, and it'll give you a new perspective on this. Trust me, it's fascinating. So many great stories. It's actually scary a little bit, all the things we have to fight against to eat clean and eat healthy. But that book will give you some perspective. One of the other things about messing up with eating is, say you're out and you're at a birthday party and you have a little too much pizza and too much cake or whatever. So you've sort of had your calories. They've just been pretty bad calories. Then you come home. This is something I've done before and something a lot of my clients have done that I've heard over and over again. And you feel like you have to counteract that. It's like, well, what can I do? I ate all this crap. I ate all this junk. What can I do to make up for it? I'm going to eat something healthy. I'm going to eat some berries and some apples and some nuts and get some healthier food in me. But that doesn't counteract what you've already done. In fact, if you're full of sugar, you're full of carbs, and you're full of calories, adding more food to the mix is the last thing you should be doing, even if it's much healthier foods. But there's this psychological sort of circuit that says, I can counteract it by eating these other things. But it doesn't work that way. The only real thing you can do to counteract it is eat nothing. And I've talked a lot lately about intermittent fasting, time-restricted eating. This is a fantastic time for it, because if you've taken in too many calories, you've taken in too many carbs and sugars, your glucose is high, your insulin is even higher. And what do you want to do? You want to get that down. And you don't do that by eating more food. You do that by giving your body a period where it's not having nutrients coming in. So your insulin can start to come down. Your other nutrient sensors will sense that you're not getting nutrition in, so you can turn more to your fat burning. You can turn more to your autophagy and your cellular maintenance, the things that are not going to happen after you've had that cake and you've had that pizza and your levels are high. So don't try and undo unhealthy eating by healthy eating. You undo it by giving your body a break. And then when it's time to start eating again, that's when you start eating your healthy foods again. All right? So that's a quick tip. Nobody's perfect. You're not going to be perfect. Don't beat yourself up over it. Realize the deck is stacked against us. And so just by succeeding a little bit, we're doing a fantastic job. Don't try and undo unhealthy eating by healthy eating, because the last thing your body needs is more calories. Give your body a break after a binge like that, or after falling off the wagon like that. Give your body a break, a little bit of a fast. Hydrate. let those insulin levels come down. All right, so that's another tip from the Low Carb Cardiologist. You can check out more on my website, lowcarbcardiologist.com. Hope that helps. Hope you have a great day.